So in this video, we're going to go through document indexes, specifically how they're assigned and what they are and how they're of use. So a document index is essentially used when text criteria searching. The specific example that we'll go through in this video is against a candidate search. You can have indexes assigned against company, contact, and requirement also, but what's more the case realistically is that you'll have a document index assigned against candidates for your CVs. So when I refer to indexes, what I'm referring to are these options that you'll see here. By default, you'll have an index for histories that have been logged against the, in this case, the candidate record, and then you'll have an index for each instance of a note tab that exists within the candidate record. So you will have 5 different note tabs associated against a candidate, and each of those will be searchable from within the search here. But what you also have as well are the document indexes that are set up as part of the system. Generally speaking, you'll have a single document index for all CVs, but what you can have are instances of multiple CVs and multiple document indexes to cover scenarios where you've categorized your documents, perhaps to partition certain types of CVs or from perhaps certain industries. Depends on how you wish to work, but essentially you may have multiple document indexes. In terms of how these indexes are then utilized within the system, if I go into the admin area and then go to lookups and then document types, what you'll see are these are all the instances or all the document types that are available to you. So when you're adding a document to the system, you're given the option to specify a document type. What type of document is it? And on selection of that document type, what we're looking to essentially set up is an understanding that certain document types will be associated to certain indexes, or at least associated to an index. You also need to specify a default document type as well, but I'll go through these one step at a time. We obviously have our list of document types here. To start with, we'll go through the default option. So what is set as default will be the first document type that is suggested or automatically set when you are adding a document. So if you go to in this example, it's obviously a candidate record, but against any entity, when you're adding a new document, what you'll see is there's the document type has been set to original CV here. And you can see that's because original CV, the default has been set to yes there. What you also see as well is that the default index has been set to CVs here. And if we go back to here, you can see that the original CV is set against the document index of CVs. But if we move down through these options here, you can see that we've got also a CV type option as well. So the CV type option is essentially to be used to categorize all of the document types that you have that are related to it being a type of CV. The functionality that utilizes this is on, again, the candidate entity is this latest CV feature. So this is looking at all of the documents you have against the candidate record and filtering on only CV type documents. Is looking at the latest document that you have, and then that's advising that this is the latest CV that you have associated to the candidate record. So that's on the basis of this option. You have default for parsing as well. So when a document is being parsed, or a CV is being parsed into the system, you want to assign what is the default document type. You could have a parsed CV document type set up and have that set as your default for parsing, or you could just have it as the original CV, for example, and just put that as default for parsing. But that needs to be set as well. And then obviously we then come back to the default index, which really you want to have assigned as a default index to every document type where you want it to be searchable. So you want to assign a default index, and if you have multiple indexes, it's here against the various different document types that you would assign those indexes, and then when you are within the system and you are assigning the when you're attaching documents and you're assigning the various different indexes, you'll see that the document index will update to reflect the settings that you have put into the administration area. But as I say, by default, it will be set to original CV and you'll have your document index assigned. But that essentially covers document indexes and how you would configure them within the system against the document type lookup area, so that you are searching and finding the CVs that you want to find.